And in terms of any kind of compassion or support or that kind of thing with the harsh feelings of the path and all the rough things people have to move through if they really want to move with this, we do groups, workshops and such, but the main support I give people is I teach 2 meditations which are very good, very useful, very helpful, each one for loneliness, the other for what you can call pain in the heart, heartbreak, having your heart broken. Hearts break open, so in Tantra we're always breaking hearts, preferably our own, as deeply as possible, because hearts only break to the good, only break in an opening direction ever. That's what we do. And so to help people through, and we've found it essential ourselves. All of us have used these practices, some of us extremely intensely. Some of us would say, shit, the path's just absolutely impossible without it. You know, just to get through, just how to take in that amount of hurt of your heart on a regular basis, because it's going to hurt that much. And how to cope with really massive loneliness, how to use that. It helped, that feeling of loneliness readies you for particular meditations. How to then use that energy that it's created in you for those meditations. Loneliness is kind of obvious. You don't have to move too far down the path of Tantra or any level of aware sexual work, in Tantra in the big word sense of it. You don't have to move very far with it before you get extremely lonely. Before just of a fact in your life there's going to be fewer and fewer people who can understand your actual day-to-day or your concerns or something you want to look at in yourself. If any Dakini of this school went to a therapist to sort of just talk through what's her cerebrals and issues of the day, I don't think there's any way you'd be able to get the therapist to recover. So the basic ways we work, I've talked a bit about sessions thing. Sessions is that one-on-one, absolutely raw, confrontational situation. Just here it is, and someone comes to the Dakini and he's thinking, whoa, that happy ending massage was something. Maybe this Tantra thing is going to be like an ecstatic ending massage, whatever. And he comes and he hops on the table and she looks at his body and God, are you feeling any of this? He goes, no, not really, because maybe you should do something more. Really? Not? Yeah, you're not feeling any of this. Okay, I tell you what, here's a number for a good Tai Chi teacher. Here's a number for a good yoga teacher. 3 months. Come back and we'll see where your body's at. We need some circulation. We need some. I need to be able. I can't touch you if you can't feel it. So, just go get away. Get a bit of basic fitness. Get a bit of basic health. Come back. Dakini lies down on the massage table. This also happened. There we go. Come, touch me. His hands touch her. She goes, God, no, shit. How can you touch anyone with that, you? What kind of energy is going on here? Because it was a grabbing, taking, hungry-eyed touch, Ooh. Okay, we've got to start work on you. Fine, start feeling your own energy here. Eventually raise energy through to the heart, get some presence in the touch, and then learn to touch. But to give them that reaction right off and shock them a bit, and this is very much the way we like to work. This is the way sessions go. Groups, Shakti and I did a first. All our group work so far has been for people who've worked quite a bit with us already. We did one for sort of beginners. It was great fun. Great fun holding restraint. I held restraint. Very unlike me, but with beginners I'm willing to. And we've got a sequence more or less, roughly levels, and to take some of our groups, you'd have to have done some other group, or you'd have to have certainly interviewed, we interview the hell out of you and so on. We work with stuff in those groups, varying levels of intimacy. Some groups we do even fairly intense BDSM work, get a feeling of playing with dominance, playing with submission. What's the truth around love of these? We play with hands-on, very much the Taoist sort of practices of energy cultivation and the what we call the bottom end up. 2 main directions of work in Tantra: bottom up, give a feeling of love directly to the body. All the ideas of love get confronted by, here's this real feeling, with none of your fantasies being involved. And the other way is go into your fantasies, explore, disassemble them, really get down to the roots of them, and they diffuse and they vanish. And in this way, you also approach truth. That's really the two directions of our group work. Beyond groups, Shakti's now got so many students cooking along in Cape Town that sometimes there's a few of them that have some particular eroticism in common. That it's good, and we'd like to work, as we say, get total with the eroticism, and then the eroticism diffuses. So then sometimes we put together just a little workshop just for those few people on that particular area that's they're buzzing along on. Outside of that, really, then the edges of our teaching, the sort of furthest out it gets in a sense is like what I'm doing right now, this kind of talking, and writing and publishing websites, and we're all quite busy with that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Courses.
Courses. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, like 3 weeks in a row. Tuesday evenings or longer than that. Not just groups. That kind of meeting. That's another way we like to teach. Then, if the idea is from a few of those, and what Shakti's got happening there already is then start more or less a regular evening for people to start working together. Very much our way of working. One group we do, for example, if this was the opening of it, it would be, okay, we've all done some homework about getting us aware of our eroticism. So what's going on erotically, and someone's got some particular erotic thing. Okay, this is a particularly strong fantasy for you, and so on. And we look around the group, and anyone feel they can help with this? Anyone, and we work with it that directly. Yeah. The last little thing I had on my topics list was, in a way, the fruits of the work, or what I would call the distractions of the work. The gifts, the siddhis, the miracles, the magic. Some things of what are called siddhis, or the gifts, or, these things going a little bit into the paranormal. Some of it is just, you have senses that just haven't been evoked. You move along with this stuff, you may find your fingertips tasting something, or a guy, you might feel suddenly your lingams tasting her. My God, whoa, Some of us mess with time. Some of us, I don't know. There's a lot of magic around Tantra. I'm quite used to insane levels of what we call synchronicity, just being quite normal. One young lady I was doing a session work with that had been abused by nuns at a boarding school, mostly to do with her bathing, and a big part of the trauma was the other kids kind of knowing, and the whole mocking and children laughing at you from, there's some people laughing, they're laughing about you laughing. And that was really the center of her trauma. So naturally there I was with her in the bathtub abusing the poor young lady, much the same as the nuns. And on cue, 2 meters from us, here, outside this window, right here, right good, with nice acoustics focusing the sound straight into her ears, here goes bunch of school children giggling down the road, straight outside the window, just to make the experience total. And these kind of coincidences and stuff is what you can call it. It's endemic to our work. We get so used to it that we start to say, look, it's that synchronicity stuff. It's all synchronicity. Just sometimes you don't quite see it, but it's all synchronicity. Every breath you take. And of course, these things have to be faced. Some of these things carry what's called power. Power has nice, interesting challenges for the mind and ego in it. And they're all such darlings. You never need any correction on that basis at all, ever. If any Dakinis ever develop any faults, I will be the first to notice. Anyway. Yeah. Questions?